All right, I'm sitting here with Tila. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You just want to give me a little, history about where you're from, age, stuff like that.
I'm originally from Turbeville area.
Would you say Tuberville?
Turbitville.
Oh.
Sorry if it keeps...
Is that in Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I never heard of it.
It's around Bloomsburg, Danville area.
Oh, okay.
It's a small little town. I went to Warrior Run High School, so we didn't have a lot of graduates, maybe, I don't know, 50, if that.
Wow.
So
that's one of the high schools where everybody knows everybody.
Oh, yes.
Everything about everybody.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was in a high school like that in Ohio. The gossip was crazy.
Rudeness, gossip, everybody tells everybody, that sort of thing.
So how old were you when you started, hard drugs?
Well, at 16, I was using cocaine, and I accidentally snorted heroin, didn't know it was heroin. Okay. Weed, alcohol, I think is pretty hardcore nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
The way they drink it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just as deadly as fentanyl in the long run.
Right, right.
Absolutely.
But I didn't get into crack cocaine or anything like that until I got older.
Okay. Now, what would you say is your drug of choice now?
I have two actually.
Right.
I do dope and powder.
Okay.
Dope I need because I'll get sick if I don't do it.
Yeah.
And powder I do with it because someone turned me on to it down here. So I can't do a shot without having powder in it.
Okay.
I do, but...
So like a speedball you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I hate it if I have to just do dope.
Right.
I hate it.
Is it because of part of the thing of like passing out so much on the dope, or is it just you just don't enjoy the feeling of it?
I don't really pass out. It's just the rush.
The rush, yeah.
The rush is great. There's people out here that say they like to fish out.
Mm.
I fished out last week for like the second time.
Yeah.
Never did it like really before, and scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And
real quick, when you talk about fishing out, you're talking about from doing too much cocaine at one time, from
right.
shooting at IV shooting. Yeah. I fished out before, and that is one of the scariest things you go through. But once you realize you're not going to die, then you're like, all right, this is all right. But it's a little scary.
Yep, it's not something you normally would enjoy doing, but this girl, she loves to fish out.
Wow. That's scary, because, I mean, she's got to do a lot to fish out, so she's like flirting on the, flirting with death there.
Yeah. Well, coke and arteries don't mix, so they think that they're having like a seizure when they do it, but they're not. Mm-hmm. They're just doing too much cocaine. Yeah. So,
and now it's IV you do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I have to, I'll snort it, or I'll, do it some other way. I don't,
Now, real quick, talk about what was wrong with your hand.
Oh, I fell asleep.
And can you show it?
Yeah.
Now it just won't open. It's just.
It'll like go like this, but it won't. I can't make it go up.
Wow. And this is just as what from this morning?
3 days ago.
Wow.
And
so your hand's just floppy. There's no.
No.
Wow.
I can't make it do anything.
That's scary.
It's annoying.
And that's just from sleeping on it, you think?
Yeah, I must have pinched a nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a while for it to come back. Like, the one person said it could take up to a year. I'm like, a year?
Wow.
But they told me to use it as much as I can.
Yeah.
And it'll bring the blood. I guess the blood stopped flowing to it, basically. It made it dead.
Yeah.
That's why they call it dead hand.
My friend of mine, his name is John, he did that with his leg when he overdosed on the original heroin back, 15 years ago. And he still, to this day, walks around with a limp because of it. Do you deal with any open sores? It seems like everyone down here, almost everyone I interview has some type of open sore that...
I had some really bad sores. Well, 2 of them actually. This was one.
Okay.
which
see.
I pretty much got it.
So that looks a lot better than probably what it did.
This one was terrible. I had to change the bandage anyways, so I'll show you.
Alright.
It got a lot better.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It took up from here to here. And it took all the skin off.
You know, you don't shoot up in the finger or anything, right? That just popped up?
Appeared. They call them trank sores.
Yeah.
This just appeared out of nowhere. These little rash dots that are all over just appeared out of nowhere. You know.
Now you have a little bit of blood on your neck. Is that where you normally shoot up?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Now do you have trouble finding the other veins? Is that why you do it in the neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried treatment?
Yes, I was in treatment at Byberry Rd.
Oh, okay.
And that's by where I live.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would go. It became a part of.
Was that the one on the top of the mountain, right? Yeah. I walked off of that place.
I walked off of that place 7 times.
Yeah. I'm from down this way, so I was a lost.
You had to get to the payphone.
I had to call my friend called a friend from the payphone and had to convince her to come pick me up all the way up there.
And that's a hike.
Yeah.
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it is.
But rehab became a part of, not recovery for me, but just I would go there, I would, get my tolerance down, and then I would leave, and I would come right back to Philly.
So you just recharge your batteries in rehab pretty much a lot of times and go back out. That was literally my my addiction for 18 years. So when I talk in these videos I do, I think I've been to rehab maybe 50 times.
Oh my God.
With including psych wards, and that's what I did. I just go there to, when I was out of money, didn't have nowhere to go or something. I just recharge my batteries and get the tolerance down. And
yeah, because they gave you way too much methadone there too.
Yeah.
The first night, I couldn't see my toes.
Oh, I always joke about how like the detox for the first couple of days, that's a party in the rehabs. Have you tried detox now since you've been on a trank?
No.
Okay.
And I'm scared to because I heard this girl just died because her tolerance was so high and they put her in rehab, because she wanted to go. And she died because they could not get her well.
Really? Wow.
Like the methadone wasn't working, nothing was working. Which is really strange because a lot of other people, they have no problems.
Yeah. Well, one of the girls, Jess, I was interviewing. She's actually in Liberté now. She said the first couple days was pretty rough with the trank, but she got by it. She said, once she was out of the detox and the regular rehab, she said it wasn't too bad. Now, do you have any desire to go back to rehab, or are you kind of okay down here right now?
What I'm doing is I'm in the Purnell program, which is right in front of Prevention Point.
Okay, and can you explain that a little bit?
Okay, it is a study that you get into to basically, I guess, help the college come up with some kind of class maybe or something to help prevent drug usage or lessen it or whatever you want to say, or help get people off of the stuff,
Yeah.
You get a caseworker, they take your blood, they pay you for this stuff to be in this study. They pay you quite a bit. I think the first week they paid me at least $400.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy.
That's like almost life-changing money down here.
Right. They take your blood, do labs, then they talk to you about where you're going, what you want to do. Mine basically was I want to get put back on methadone because I was sober for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And, get put into housing. I need housing.
And will they do that for you or help
They
you?
help you with it, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
They lead you in the right direction. They're kind of like a, what are they called?
So it's like that project housing type thing too, with the helping with the
Yeah,
house and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Like right now I'm on the Beacon House list or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I know it's real long, but I've been on it for at least 5 months.
Wow.
So I should be able to get in.
Yeah,
quite
you should keep
soon.
checking in with the Beacon Place, because I hear such good things about that
Right.
shelter.
They feed you breakfast there. They feed you
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I think.
Yeah. They take care of you.
You get free washers and dryers,
Right.
you know, all that.
Showering, all that stuff.
Counseling,
Right.
all that. So, yeah.
And like, people need that here. Last time I got sober, I was on methadone.
Yeah, talk about that real quick. You had 15 years?
Yes. That's when my kids got to grow up, you know, without seeing me using or, you know, even drinking or whatnot. It was a real enjoyable part of my life. To start, when you go there, they start you at a low dose. So don't be surprised if you have to, you know, use a little bit to get to the point where you know, get to a stable dosage, which is like 75 milligrams.
Yeah.
Some people a little higher. Then they get you there. Then it's just like any other drug. You have a tolerance, so it increases. They really try hard to keep you at one dose.
Yeah.
So,
And so you were on it for 15 years. You did your...
Yeah, well, I started out with Suboxone, and Suboxone gives me migraines really bad.
Okay.
And the doctor would not switch me over to Subutex, which doesn't have something in it that was causing
Doesn't
them.
have the naloxone in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the blockers probably was giving you the headache.
I wasn't sure what it was, but I told him, I said, like, I need something different because I can't, you know, do this with this. I'm getting migraines, which is causing me to lose work time, getting sent home. They're getting pissed off, and I actually got fired from my job because I couldn't work because my head was so bad. It was like every other day. Like, I had them so bad in the ER. You don't understand that. They had me on that medicine for it. I can't even think. They gave me this medicine for so many years that it messed up my memory.
Oh, okay.
Like, my long-term memory is messed up. Like, I can't think of things sometimes.
So you finally got on the methadone, and then you were stable on it for that long of a period of time?
I was stable on it for, I think it was 7 years.
Okay, that's still a long time, man.
Yep.
What do you know what it was that kind of got you back out here?
Yes, my daughter was seeing a 23-year-old at 14 years old, and she was sending him nudity pictures, having sex online or on the phone or whatever. And the scary part was I had her computer system locked so she couldn't do like that sort of shit, you know?
Yeah.
And kids these days are smarter than, oh my gosh. She's so smart. Like, her, all three of them, I have 3 daughters. They're all very smart. And they're little manipulators. But she got past the parental controls and, you know, started doing that stuff. Well, I didn't know why she was getting upset. Like, she'd get upset one day, she'd be screaming and yelling, and I didn't know who she was talking to because there was nobody there with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought she was losing her mind. And she'd come down to the bathroom and she'd be like cutting. She started cutting herself.
Oh, man.
And then from that I went to burning. Then from that I went to taking all of her medication in one shot. That was the first suicide attempt. Second one was I had everything locked up so she couldn't get to it. So she decided to take all the melatonin. Then the third one was she took my medication, which was out in the trunk of my car in a lockbox. Thank God she didn't take my methadone. Thank you, Jesus, because she'd be dead.
So it was basically, it was the problems
a build
with your
up
daughter.
of suicide attempts by my daughter, my fiance that was with me for all those years started smoking meth. And meth, where I'm from, is really different from meth here.
I still can't believe that they have meth in this city. That just blows my mind. I'm used to going to
they have
biker bars for
perk
it.
30s now that they're giving samples of.
Wow.
Pressed perk 30s.
They're all fake though, right?
Yeah, they're pressed.
With the fentanyl?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people die from those. They don't realize that, how much fentanyl can be in some of those things. So how much longer do you think with this project thing you're doing till you can get housing? You don't know yet? It's been 5 months, you said?
Yeah, I have to stop that car that drives around, the housing authority or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And tell them,
Project housing or
I'm
whatever.
checking in with you or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that's important. You got to keep checking in with them. They want to see some kind of, action on your end. All right. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Now, in the future, if I see you, can we do more interviews in the future? Kind of keep up with you?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm very tired, and I did do a little drugs before.
No, listen. I want you guys to be comfortable when you do this, and I know you realize you guys get tired once you get in a comfortable car and you sit down.
I feel great in here.
Yeah, no, I get that. I will try and get, because I go to Robertson a lot. I will try and get you guys some clothes donations and stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Stuff like that. Cool. All right, so we will keep up in the future, and hopefully one day I can do an interview with you when you're sober out on the street, killing it, living an awesome life. That's what I really want to do with this channel, is be able to interview people when they're doing good too.
Yep, sobriety. I mean, it is an amazing thing. You notice a lot of things that you didn't notice before.
And it can be very boring, but boring's a good thing sometimes.
Right?
All right, Tila, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right.